Your sales team is spending 70% of their week doing work a robot could do in 10 minutes, and you're paying them six figures to do it. That's not an efficiency problem. That's a talent crisis. We're heading into 2026, the year of reckoning. Your board is demanding automation. They want 80% of your sales interactions to be digital. But here's the collision nobody's talking about. Recent data shows that 95% of enterprise AI pilots represent zero P&L impact. Zero. If you're a revenue leader, you've got two choices right now. You can be part of the future built 5%. We're scaling revenue without scaling headcount, or you can stay stuck in the 95%, buying tools that nobody uses. Today, we're going to break down exactly why those pilots are failing, and I'm going to give you the one operational metric you need to fix first.
Mike's got the hat, the AI kind. Unlocking power in business you'll find. Cut through the hype, explore the tech. Every week, new ideas to check. Allton leads us on a digital quest. AI secrets he'll always invest. Tune in tight, don't miss a beat. Knowledge groove, keep you on your feet. Listen up to the AI flow. Business growth, here we go. Cutting edge insights, that's the plan. With the AI hat, you'll understand.
Welcome to the premiere episode of this season's AI for Revenue Leaders, the AI Hat podcast. I'm Mike Allton. I'm a revenue architect and the director of partner-led growth at Agorapulse. And look, if you're new here, welcome. This show is the operational playbook for VPs, directors, managers, and team leads who are tired of the hype and they're ready to build. But let's be real for a second. If you've been following my work for a while, you know I don't do fluff. I don't care about the latest magic prompt that writes a poem about your cat. I care about workflows. I care about the fact that you've got a quota to hit. You have a team to manage, and you've got a board that is probably breathing down your neck, asking why that expensive AI tool you bought 6 months ago hasn't tripled your pipeline yet. That's the reality we're living in. And that's what we're going to fix in this season. We're going to talk about revenue architecture. Building the systems that actually move the needle. And today, we have to start with the elephant in the room. Let's be honest about the last 12 months. If you sit in a leadership seat, whether you're a VP of sales, a CMO, or an agency owner, you probably spent 2024 and 2025 approving budgets for AI tools. You bought the seats. You ran the workshops. You told the board that AI was going to change everything. But now it's 2026. The hype cycle is officially over. We are in the implementation cycle. And the board isn't asking, what can AI do anymore? They're asking, where is the revenue? And for most organizations, the answer is uncomfortable. The data, and I'm looking at reports from BCG, Forrester, MLQ.ai. It's telling us that despite billions in investment, most revenue teams are seeing zero P&L impact. Why? It's not because the technology isn't ready. The models are incredible. It's not because your team is lazy. They're working harder than ever. Think of your revenue team like a high-performance racing yacht. You got the best sails, the best crew, the best captain, but for some reason the boat is sluggish. It's dragging. You can buy a bigger sail. That's your AI tool. But if you don't scrape the barnacles off the hull first, that boat isn't going anywhere. The villain in this story is those barnacles. It's something I call admin drag. Research shows that the average high-performing sales rep spends only 28% of their week actually selling. Think about that for a second. You're paying top-tier talent, people with the emotional intelligence to close six-figure deals, people you hired to build relationships, and they're spending 70% of their week doing data entry, logging calls, prepping for meetings, chasing internal approvals, searching for that one PDF case study that marketing updated 3 months ago, but nobody can find. It's not just inefficient, it's disrespectful. You're taking a thoroughbred racehorse and asking it to pull a plow. And this is where the year of reckoning comes in. The mistake most companies made was trying to layer AI on top of that mess. They gave their reps ChatGPT and said, write emails faster. But if you write a bad email faster, you just get ignored faster. You haven't fixed the problem, you just accelerated the noise. I want to introduce you to a concept called the GenAI Divide. Market research has identified a massive split in the market. On one side, you have that 95%. These are the organizations that treat AI like a tool. They give their reps a login and say, figure it out. And what happens? The reps don't use it. Or B, worse, they use it to blast out generic robotic spam that burns your total addressable market. Paul received those emails, right? Dear name, I hope this email finds you well. I was impressed by your LinkedIn title. Delete. That's the sound of the 95% failing. On the other side, you've got the 5%, the future-built companies. These companies don't treat AI as a tool. They treat it as a teammate. They aren't looking for efficiencies in the margins. They're looking for revenue architecture. Here's the difference. The 95% try to automate the output. They want AI to talk to the customer. The 5% automate the input. They use AI to do the research, clean the data, and prep the strategy so the human can talk to the customer. The 95% try to replace the human. The 5% try to remove the robot work from the human. And I want to park here for a minute because I know what some of you are thinking right now. Your board is telling you to cut headcount. They want you to scale revenue while reducing your cost per rep. And you're sitting here listening to me talk about liberating your sales team, and you're wondering if I'm naive about the business realities you're facing. Let me be crystal clear. I'm not. I know the pressure you're under. I know that AI is being sold to your CFO as a headcount replacement strategy. I've seen some of those meetings, but here's the hard truth. Nobody in the AI will replace everyone camp wants to admit. The companies trying to replace their sales teams with AI are losing to the companies using AI to make their sales teams superhuman. Gartner predicts that by 2030, 75% of B2B buyers will prefer human interaction for complex deals. And we're already seeing this play out in real time. In a world flooded with AI-generated spam, where every inbox is full of robotic outreach that sounds exactly the same, the value of a genuine, empathetic human conversation has never been higher. Your buyers can smell a bot a mile away, and they're ignoring it. So yes, your board wants efficiency, but here's the math that actually works. If your reps are spending 70% of their time on admin work, that means they only have 30% of their capacity to actually be human, to listen, to build trust, to navigate complex objections, to close. If you can use AI to take just half of that admin work off their plate, you haven't just saved time. You've effectively doubled your selling capacity without hiring a single new person. That's the efficiency your CFO wants. That's the revenue your CEO is demanding. And that's the retention your team desperately needs. Because let me tell you what happens when you try to replace your best reps with a chatbot. Your top performers leave. They go to your competitors, who treat them like the strategic assets they are. And you're left with a pipeline full of low-intent leads that your AI SDR generated but can't actually close. Seen this movie, it doesn't end well. The goal of this show, the goal of revenue architecture, is not to help you fire your team. The goal is to give them their job back. Because right now, they're not doing the job you hired them for. They're doing robot work. And robots should do robot work. So humans can do human work. That is how you hit quota in 2026. That is how you scale without burning out your A players. And that is how you turn AI from a cost center into a competitive advantage. But, and there's always a but, here's the trap. I call it the efficiency paradox. When you try to implement AI without fixing your workflow first, you just automate inefficiency. I saw this recently with a partner. They bought a fancy AI agent to help with lead scoring. They plugged it into their CRM and they expected magic, but their CRM was a mess. Duplicate records, missing fields, notes that just said followed up. You know what happened? The AI didn't fix the data. It hallucinated. It started scoring dead leads as hot because it misinterpreted the mess. It's the old rule, garbage in, garbage out. But with AI, it's garbage in, hallucinations out at scale. So before we build anything this season, before we talk about agents or governance or automation, we have to start with architecture. You have to look at your revenue engine and ask, where is the friction? Is it in the handoff between marketing and sales? Is it in the hour of research a rep does before a demo? Is it in the manual report your agency team builds every Monday morning for clients? That friction is your target. That is where the AI goes, right? Let's get tactical. We aren't just going to talk theory this season. Every episode, I'm going to give you a specific assignment, a blueprint to build your digital crew. Today, your assignment is simple. I want you to conduct an admin audit. You don't need a consultant for this. You don't need to buy software. You just need a Slack channel or a team meeting. I want you to ask your team one specific question this week. Here it is. You ready? Write this down. What is the one task you do every week that requires zero creativity, zero empathy, and zero strategy that you wish a robot could do for you? Say that again. What is the one task you do every week that requires zero creativity, zero empathy, and zero strategy that you wish a robot could do for you? That's it. And then listen. Don't accept everything as an answer. Make them be specific, and you're going to be shocked by what you hear. You're going to hear things like, I spend an hour every morning copy-pasting data from LinkedIn into Salesforce. I spend 30 minutes summarizing the transcript from every discovery call. I spend half my day searching for the latest pricing PDF because the drive is a mess. Write those down. That list is not a list of complaints. That is your product roadmap. That's the job description for your first AI agent. Because every single one of those tasks is admin drag, and every single one of them can be solved with the technology available today, not in 2030, today. So that's your homework. Find the barnacles. Find the drag. In the next episode, we're going to tackle the biggest obstacle standing in your way of fixing this. It's not the budget, it's the fear. We're going to talk about shadow AI. This isn't something from Stranger Things. It's the fact that your team is likely already using these tools in secret and how that creates a massive security risk for your firm. But I'm going to show you why banning it is the wrong move and how you can sanction the shadow to make your team faster and safer at the same time. Until then, take a look at your team. Look for the quicksand and ask yourself, are we architecting for revenue or are we just busy? I'm Mike Allton. Put on the AI hat. Let's get to work. Welcome to the grid. That's a wrap on another episode of the AI Hat Podcast. I hope you gained some valuable insights and actionable strategies to boost your business with AI. If you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. And don't forget to visit theaihat.com for more resources and to connect with me. Until next time, keep innovating and remember, the future of business is human and it's powered by AI.